I was listening to a podcast the other day, and two of the hosts were debating a topic. One of them was like, "Yes, of course I do this. Like, don't you?" And
Don't
the
you
other
drive people
one
to some
was,
other podcast?
and the other one was like, "Absolutely not. Why? What adult does the thing that we're arguing about?" So then I
I'm on
took
the edge
this
of my
idea and I
seat.
asked some people at work the other day,
Hmm.
thinking, yeah, they're obviously going to side with me, the one who does it as well. Like I was listening to the podcast, like the person saying, "No, you're you're a crazy
I
person."
am imagining something terrible right now. That you're like, yeah, I
Yeah,
do this
it's getting
terrible
worse and
thing.
worse.
I asked the people at work, and so many of them also said, "Absolutely not." And I was like, "What? You're so I'm in the minority on this?" It blew my mind. The question is, as an adult, do you still drink milk? That was
Yes.
Also, yes.
You do still drink milk.
Yeah.
In like consistently, or just like in a bowl of cereal. I don't know if that counts.
I use milk in enough things that I'm like, if I drink this big cup of milk, am I going to have enough milk left? I'm going to have to go to the grocery store. But no, kids, you should drink this. And my kids don't want to drink milk. My daughter wants to drink milk, but only if it's hot. Like, that's something.
Oh
Oh.
gosh, that's that like warm milk. That's like like V for Vendetta, different things. Like warm milk is like
Is
a,
this a British thing?
and I've
Or-
never tried
No,
that.
it's a go to
Ooh.
sleep thing.
That's
but
okay.
I was thinking British, like warm beer. British do
Oh.
that, right? Or mixing
Oh, maybe.
milk into your
Yes.
beer.
Both.
No, that's
Warm
Mm.
milk. There's nothing better.
ugh.
Make me sad.
I don't like that. But no, I like milk. I like
Like-
yeah, I'll have like a 8 to 12 ounce cup of it and stuff like that. I use it as a base for protein shakes, or I'll drink chocolate milk, or I'll just have like a glass of milk if good
Yeah.
protein source,
Yeah.
good balanced diet. all that
Thank
business.
you. I mean, I'm talking like I was talking to a group of maybe 20
Wow.
people at work. I want to say like 2 of them drank milk.
Wild.
It was like that vastly. Yeah, and I was like, am I crazy? Like I read,
As is
read, I
evidenced
drink,
by
I
you
do
being
read,
on this
but I
show.
You do
also
read.
drink probably milk like 4 glasses of like just straight up milk, like 4 glasses a week.
oh,
I mean,
a
last
week. Oh, thank God. Okay.
5 glasses a week. Last night I had like 3 with dinner.
Man was
'cause
about to
just
throw
killing-
5 glasses of milk a day at me.
No,
and I was
no,
going to be like,
no.
all right, we're not on the same.
that would
We are
be a
not
lot,
the
yeah.
same. I'm sorry. I'm not on your side anymore.
I went and played
Was it a
basketball,
bad
and I don't think
choice?
I had enough water, so I was just drinking milk to get refreshed.
Brought this gallon of milk as my hydration. To
Well,
the
no,
basketball
I mean
game.
when I got home, I was just so thirsty, and I had like this big bowl of Hungarian stew and some homemade bread with butter and a big old glass of cold milk, and it was just I can't tell you how awesome it was. But anyways, another weird thing that I do is when I eat ice cream, which isn't a lot. I don't have ice cream very much, maybe a couple times a month at the most. When I finish that bowl of ice cream, I can't wait to chug
Like you
a
just
glass
drank
of milk.
cold milk, like very cold milk, and now you're going to drink
Yeah.
less cold milk.
That's weird.
I like
Then the next step is obviously the warm milk,
Mhm.
and then hot,
but I crave it so bad.
and
I
milk,
mean, I get
milk steam. Just kidding.
it's true. And then
I get
evaporated
thirsty
milk.
after a snow cone.
Evaporated milk.
Evaporated milk, the final stage of milk.
Maybe I should ask people at work that. Hey guys, do you consume? I say consume because I don't actually know the form that it looks like.
No, we remember the water cycle, right? So like the
Whoa.
water evaporates and then it condensates. So condensed milk is the final form.
Mm.
That you're used
But if you have
to.
enough
Yeah.
condensed milk, then you just have milk.
And the milk rivers and lakes that then, fertilize the land. Milk river. Please stick
Now-
to the milk rivers and lakes you're used to. Okay.
Mm.
That's for health purposes.
But okay, so would you then compress, like pressurize the condensed milk, and then it would become a solid? I mean, like this is like burying it deep
Milk.
beneath the earth. You know, if you bury it deep beneath the earth where the pressure is insane, you probably can't drink it or eat it or whatever you would do to it. You would just appreciate it at that point.
No, probably not. What kind of milk, by the
Taken down into a cave to eat my condensed milk in the mantle of the earth.
what kind of milk do you drink?
Exactly. Full of milk. I'm a whole milk kind of guy.
I am also now a whole milk. I think, yeah, I grew up split household, 2% and whole. I've really gone toward whole.
Growing up, I was skim all the way, and like they would have whole milk at like hotels and stuff, and I just I can't. Oh no, gross.
It's too thick.
Yeah. I became a whole milk drinker in maybe after college. Like when I was in college, milk was like 99 cents a gallon. It was incredible.
Oh, man, it was.
And so I'm like, why don't I just
Golden
eat
days.
this? This was my, the Egyptians paid their slaves in beer and that's all they had to eat. I was like, I don't have money, but I have enough money for 128 grams of protein for $1.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, there used to be a what was it? There was the bodybuilding thing, Go Mad, gallon of milk a day. And it was like, it's great nutrition for what you end up getting. And I imagine back at $1 a day, I mean, absolutely. Why would what else could have matched up? Like
Back in-
dollar for dollar, pound for pound.
Back in high school, I worked at a grocery store, and I would push all those carts out in the parking lot, back into the thing. It was like a first, second job type thing.
Wait, you would push? Hang on. No. You'd push the carts back into the parking lot. You'd like take them out of the grocery
store. Did I say that?
Just...
Oh, I meant put them back in the store. We can listen back if I said that. Yeah. Okay.
That.
So it was so hot. Summer. It was like 100 plus, and I thought for a good like mid-shift snack, I bought a half gallon of chocolate milk and a bag of like powdered donuts.
Yes.
And I ate all of it. I mean, it was like a 15-minute break. And I ate all of it, drank all of it, and then I had to keep pushing carts in the summer heat for like 2 more hours.
This is that scene from Interstellar where he's banging on the wall like, no, don't do it. No. You're just watching yourself. It's a canon event. It has to happen.
I couldn't help it. Yeah. It felt awful.
God.
I felt so bad. There was a brick in my stomach for like the rest of the day.
In high school, I played football 1 year, and I was invited to perform, compete, whatever, at the Mr. Football talent show. And so we had to all, I don't know, there were like 5 of us. We all had to go out up in front of the school at the pep rally and do a talent. And I had just found out about this like an hour before. And so I'm like, what talent do I show people? Because, I'm modest or whatever.
Is it chugging milk?
So I did something about I'm going to hold my breath for 5 minutes underwater. And so I got a cup of water and I blew up a balloon and I held it. And then I just like ran out that clock. And yeah, people hated me. But then the next guy was the guy that won. He said, I'm going to chug a gallon of milk in front of all of you. And they like tarped the floor, gave him one of those big gray trash cans. And he gave it a good. I think he probably changed his shirt afterwards, but he got like a quarter of the way through and just threw up spectacularly in front of the whole school.
Oh, and did he miss all of the? Did he miss all of the precautions? Like miss the trash can, miss the
how funny would that be too? Just like oh no, it's coming, and then like take a few steps forward, and then just all over
runs away from
the
all
audience.
This is an immersive performance.
Yeah.
And scene. What, you planned all of that? Yes. I'm a professional.
I love the idea that somebody was like, I'm going to drink a gallon of milk as my talent. And they proceed to get 32 ounces in, a large plastic novelty cup in.
Yeah.
And they're like,
nope,
this was too much. The human body can't manage it. Like, what was your plan? What was your plan here?
Yeah.
We at Animorphs 55, the podcast, would love to hear from you. You can email the show at animorphspodpeople@gmail.com. We also post links to other listening methods, our Blue Sky account, and links to friends of the show on our Linktree at linktree.com/Animorphs55, the podcast. Enjoy the show.
Well, welcome to Animorphs 55, the podcast. I'm Zach. I am Zach.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Alex.
And we're going to conclude the Andalite Chronicles today with part 3, An Alien Dies.
Which literally could be anybody at this point. So,
They're all
And
aliens.
I think in the last
humans.
2 parts, we've had other aliens die. So,
Also, what was Alaran's choice? Did we decide?
I mean, Elfanger's choice was to jettison the Yeerks or not.
he chose to become Visser 3.
I guess that was it, yeah. And then the first.
But no, that was Elfanger's choice.
Right.
Not
But the Elfanger already had a
Alaran's.
journey, so he can't have a choice also.
True. It's a lot.
Alaran's choice was, do I put my ear up against Chapman's
Do I
ear?
pass out on
Do I
my
give
ear?
Chapman a big ol' hug?
How do I pass out?
Do I give Chapman a hug?
Ear
Chapman's got a
exposed or not?
secret to tell you. You should definitely go put your ear up against his.
So
Humans speak secrets from their ears, don't they? Yes. Yes, we do.
I know lots about humans. Yeah.
Wouldn't the ideal evolution for an Andalite be to, no longer have ears?
Yeah, but the Yeerks have only been around for not long.
Become an Andalite Nothlit with no ears, and then you are immune to anything a Yeerk can do to you.
Yeah, like why do you have to hear?
Toward the end of this
Well-
book, he mentions doing the same thing that Axe did in book 4, where he samples several different sets of DNA and then creates a brand new
Mhm.
life that was never there. And so, just, I'm going to sample 3 or 4 Andalites plus this weird fish that doesn't have ears. And I'm going to combine it all.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
It was a Frolus maneuver. There's a name to it now.
Andalites hate this one weird, or Yeerks hate this one weird fish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, they do hate that one weird fish. So we start off this story with, oh, that's right. We're all going to a black hole. There's no air, and our ship is being crushed by a living asteroid.
Going well.
And my mortal enemy is across the way from me.
The way being the same room, space room.
Rough day.
Yes,
Space room.
the only way out is to get the time matrix that's strapped outside the ship, bring it in here, and use it to, I don't know, whatever it does. And I'm saying that not as in I forgot the story, as in even the characters are like, I don't really know how this works. It's just going to get me away from here at least.
Yeah, gosh, I hope this works.
Yeah.
If this was a escape room, would this be a good one? You're in space, can't breathe, it's very cold. Got to tether
Yep.
somebody, shove them
Yep.
out into space with a bag over their head.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes
An
of air.
oxygen bag
Yeah, and
that Andalites use.
and just figure out how to use the time matrix.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
I need a hint. hey, stop
Who are
everything!
you
I
saying
need a
that
hint.
to?
Who are you saying that to? The Elemist is just just a guy talking from the ceiling speaker.
The Elemist is like, bro, I already gave you 3 already. That's more than we usually give people. Your time's almost up. You better figure this one out.
So they all grab the time matrix, and I say they all. I mean, Chapman's still floating away, I guess.
Good.
Still doing his skateboarding tricks.
Yes. Good reference to a yes. And then Elfanger and Alaran and Lauren all stick their hands on it, and they're like, "Let's get out of here." But instead of just saying "Let's get out of here," they all instead think where they specifically want to go. Could have all unified to say "Let's get out of here," but no. And suddenly they describe it as a very bizarre, I can see through time and between things and see everything at once and whatever. Okay. Alaran, well, not Alaran, the Yeerk controlling Alaran, wants to go to the Yeerk homeworld.
Right.
Lauren, understandably, still wants to go home to Earth this whole time. And Elfanger wants to go to the Andalite homeworld, even though he said he doesn't know why he would go there. But whatever. They all three think of these places.
He just expressed regret in the last book segment about, can I even go home?
Right.
Yeah, gosh, I wish I could just go back to before all of this was so bad.
Yeah. So maybe you can also think of it in terms of that. Like maybe he's trying to go to earlier time as well. I mean, they don't know how it works.
I wish I was back in middle
True.
school where everybody was awful.
No. Where I think it's so much easier. And they all disappear away, and Elfanger awakens.
near his guide tree. And
Yeah.
he's like,
I'm
"Oh, I'm
home.
home. This is great. Oh, it's my guide tree, the thing that I, opened my heart and soul to because, everything is going absolutely terribly right now." And
Mhm.
his tree can talk back to him, but it takes a long time for it to say anything. And so I imagine it's like one of those things where
I'm a
you're
tree.
talking with somebody and you're just like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that." And they're like, "Yeah." And then the baby was born with no legs. And then like my grandmother died whenever she was trying to pick the child up. And that was after my grandfather got hit by a car. You're just like, "Oh my God, I'm dealing with a whole lot all at once," is how I imagine the guide tree
Yeah.
is feeling. So I'm putting myself in his shoes.
Guy tree's just, and then the guy tree tries to say it back, but Elfinger's like, "Well, thanks for listening, bye," and then
Thanks
like
for
runs
listening.
away. And the
You're
tree's
such a
like,
good listener,
"But
bye."
I hate everything.
Let
now.
me get this straight. You said, "Oh, you're gone."
You're gone now."
Bye, I guess.
Just tell this tree all of your regrets as fast as you can.
And then run. It's like the weirdest confession.
How did I evolve like this?
So, speaking of weird evolving, we're gonna see Visitor 32 in a moment.
God.
But
Ugh.
okay, so Elfinger's like, here I go. I'm gonna. Oh, there's my parents' scoop. Oh, they're not home.
Wonder when this is,
what
but
is
everything's
a
just like I
minute?
expect it to be. This is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, that's a waterfall that looks just like that ad, but it doesn't even belong there, and we don't have that. And what?
We have Yosemite at home. Yosemite at home.
Yeah. It like clearly sticks out, and he's like, something's weird. And he finds Lauren,
Yeah.
and Lauren agrees something's weird. They're in some sort of like quilt looking world where everything is patched together. Sections of Earth,
The
sections
Yeerk
of
world,
Yerkland, whatever that planet's called,
Yeerkberg.
and sections of
Woo!
Yerkberg and Andalopolis.
Antelopolis.
And yeah, they're just like, oh my gosh, we like created something, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, because this is not what they were expecting from something that is called the Time Matrix. It will take us back to before this was all a problem, and we will know, and we can fix it. But no, they all have different visions of where they want to go, and it builds this big world that they are just like three different worlds stirred together.
Mm-hmm.
And do they meet Visser or first, or do they
Yeah.
go to Lauren's house?
They
meet
meet
Visser first.
Visitor 32. He's there also.
In his gross, swampy world with nasty lightning. It's like described as nasty lightning, I think.
The Yeerk world is just described as just a horrible, nightmarish place. Yeah.
And then there's some monster that's under the ground that's got a big, long tongue that
Ugh,
will just wrap its tongue around you and pull you into the hole and eat you, I think.
Yep. Neat. What a cool place to want to go back to.
Yeah.
Imagine
I
being
wish I was
Alaran, being
there.
like, I don't want to go to that gross. Like, why am I here? Ugh. Like,
That's like
You-
me saying I want to go back to middle school.
it is just like that.
Yep.
So they see Visitor 32, and Visitor 32, in his Visitor 32-ness and his future Visitor 3-ness, loves to collect new animals, collects morphs, collects all sorts of things. Very interested in owning things, and he owns some pets, apparently.
But not in naming them, apparently. Man
Yeah,
doesn't
what was
have
it, like
a
Flotsam
creative
and
bonus
Jetsam or
buddy.
something?
Jerix and Larix.
That's right, with X's. Yeah.
Who let you name this critter?
And what was the weird detail about these creatures?
They got wheels. And I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
They evolved with wheels.
Biologically evolved wheels.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine what the wheels look like.
Morphological spheres.
I feel like the tire would look like a large intestine or something, like wrapped around. That's how I envision it. Like not black, like some fleshy, veiny thing. That's how I envision it. Do you not?
No, I heard you. I'm just trying to make sure I'm going to be able to sleep tonight so I don't have that image in my head. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm going to
Yeah.
edit that out. I pictured it as, okay, so in Mario Kart 8, you get to choose your wheels, and there's some that are
Oh,
like
yeah.
patchwork. They're like green and red, and yeah. Anyway, those are the wheels, and then they've got like big long
Okay.
the crane
Good
from
Robin Hood reference.
Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood, kind of a mouth, and then just like I don't know, just didn't focus on the rest of him.
I think the body. I think of Porygon, the Pokemon
I can kind of see that as an idea.
Yeah,
with weird wheels,
yeah.
fleshy wheels.
But as he introduces,
And he's just like Sonic the Hedgehogging with his feet go around so fast they look like
Oh,
wheels.
that does make more sense.
Oh, there you go.
So Visser, with his weird little pets that clearly are throwing everybody off, threatens and menaces and I'll get you and all of that stuff. And you don't understand if you don't cooperate with me to give me the time matrix and blah, blah, blah. And then again, another great moment in this book, Lauren reaches into the water, grabs a rock and just chucks it right at his face. And he just gets his clock cleaned with that. And I'm just,
And
why didn't you move?
He seems shocked, and Elfinger's like, "What did you just do?" And it was like, "Oh yeah, they have like the crappiest arms ever," because they're like, "Whoa, you could like throw things at someone." Now, don't get me wrong. Earlier in the book, one of them said they tossed a shredder to the other. Like you have thrown things before,
Theoretically.
but I guess
But she's a
context-
softball pitcher, as we find out later.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe she threw it like that, like a softball pitch. And he's like, "What kind of a throwing motion is this?"
I love that. Just that like whip around. That'd be rad. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's just the
And then-
pitcher from Twilight, where he just kicks way up in the air for no reason.
Exactly.
Yes. These are the things that are really stunning them all. But he says, "Go get them, larynx and jarynx." And
Larynx.
larynx.
Mortrons.
What was it actually?
I don't know.
Larynx and Jerix.
Larynx, not a larynx. Got it.
Larex and Jerix. Jarex.
And the fun fact here is that he cuts them in half, and then they grow into more of them.
They are part Hydra.
That's right. And so they go, "Well, screw this." And Lauren says, "I don't know how to get out of here."
Another
Elfinger
4.
says, "Let's get out of here." And Lauren's like, "I can't keep up with you, but I have an idea."
What do you think Visser, whatever, named the third and fourth wheel monster? Carex and Merex.
And Mirax, yes.
Derex and
gotta be-
Yerex.
It's J and L, right? So K and M, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I see, because it's sequential.
Yeah. You're sequential.
Maybe. Oh, man, I tried.
Oh no, that one died. I'm promoting him to Jerex.
It followed the same rules as the Vissers.
So Lauren rides Elfinger out of there. They're like, "Let's get out." And that's when they go find Lauren's home.
Yes. With her
Uh,
anti-mother.
McDonald's or home first? Home?
Home first.
Got it.
And her mother is there speaking to
Yeah,
her.
and it's not Axe. Elfinger marvels at her weird indoor house with all of its confining passageways.
That was pretty funny.
And then her mom's like, "Oh, yeah, leave the door open when you go into your room with that Andalite." And she's like, "How do you know what an Andalite is? And why are you not being weird about my boyfriend
Like,
here?"
Freaking out.
And
Yeah. And I think
pretty
Lauren knows the whole time. I think the idea is she's like, I know it's
In
not gonna
denial.
be her. Yeah, denial, exactly. And Elfinger's like, "Yeah, it's not even real, but I'll let her figure it out. Not gonna
Yeah,
touch
next.
this."
Or I'm not, sorry, not X.
just enjoy this horrible feeling. Do humans not like feeling horrible?
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
Just-
No, the only thing that humans do love is, what is it? Stairs. I guess humans just love anything with straight edges and a rectangular shape.
They do.
I was like,
Yeah, we
I don't
do.
know if I can argue with that. I think
I
you're
mean,
exactly right.
I mean,
Elfinger.
everything I'm looking at in my there's
Yep,
my door,
same.
there's the TV, there's the
Computer
bed.
monitors,
frame.
books.
Yeah.
If they had made the time matrix look like that, would have been over.
Yep. Yep. Lauren would have been just like, "I have to have this."
I must have this rectangular shape with straight edges.
Elfinger would be like, "What is this? I don't understand it at all."
A spear.
And Lauren kind of has a breakdown, right? She's just like, "I've had it. This is your fault. This is all your fault. Everything sucks," and just runs out.
Mhm.
And her mom's like, "Okay, bye, dear," or whatever. Elfinger
storm on a
follows
castle.
her. To finds her. They kind of apologize, reconcile. They only have each other. And she's like, "I'm hungry. Let's go to that McDonald's over there."
but not before taking her softball bat so she can beat Visser 32 to death with it, which I love.
Mhm.
Good for her.
Mhm.
God forbid
She's
girls
like-
do anything.
She's like Rachel and Marco comboed. Like, thinks ahead, but
Yeah.
also is like brave and strong enough to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's ready to kill, and I appreciate that.
So what
I
did you think
think.
about the McDonald's?
Oh, that was gross.
guys?
It's
Just like her mom, who she's like
Yeah.
a collection of her memories and just is not really her mom, and that's not how moms work. The not host, server, cashier person at McDonald's, she's like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's the guy that's
Yes.
always there when I go to McDonald's, but all I really pay attention to is his awful acne. And so that's just, he's got no face, it's just acne.
That's it.
And he's just a
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just a big acne face thing that speaks
Horrifying.
somehow. Yeah. And just acts normal. Acts like nothing is wrong.
She's like, I will take this food though. I am disgusted, but I will take
Yeah.
this food. Good day to you.
Yeah.
She pays for it as well.
Yep.
You go to the Time Matrix and you got to pay for food.
She
Ridiculous.
bring her.
Yep.
She's just
Where does that money that's went in circulation? Where does it go now?
space
It just
bucks.
disappears.
She just got her purse with her through all these space adventures.
Yeah. Or she just like
The-
finds it randomly in her pocket, like, oh my god, I found a 20. Sweet.
This was a missed opportunity. She didn't introduce Elfangor to McDonald's Sprite
They
or McDonald's
yeah.
Coke.
Well, did he share that experience? Was he ever like, oh, I've learned of your Mr. Pepper who got a PhD or whatever?
The well-qualified pepper drink.
didn't go,
Yes.
didn't go to pop school for 5 years to be called Mr.
Yes.
Pepper.
Mr. Pepper.
Yes. So she eats and she's like, okay, sorry, Elfing. I was just hangry this whole time.
Fair. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, I think I see a pattern to this. It looks like the patches are getting smaller and I can kind of see it like arcing off in the distance. It looks like it might be spiraling to something.
And I love Elfanger's reaction to this. He's like, I can't believe this human figured this out.
Yeah.
And all throughout the whole series of 3 books, she's been like impressing him, just like, oh wow, she can stand up. Oh wow, she realized that. Oh wow, she can throw things. Oh wow, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And just never stops being amazed by.
Yep.
I mean,
Very
yeah.
much Axe's brother. Like the idea of like, well, the Andalites, we know how to do everything the
Yeah.
best. And Elfangor just knows to be a little quieter about it. So he doesn't look as much of a fool. But I love
Yeah.
it. You're like 2 peas in a pod, those two.
And Elfinger does tend to like roll with comedy a little more. He seems to like understand
bit.
sarcasm a bit more than Axe ever did.
I would love it if in the very
Um,
next book, Rachel like throws Axe a sandwich or something and it just hits him right in the face. He's like, "What? How did you do that?"
What did you just do? You,
Just
I
throw
just
it
spun my
softball
arm
style.
around
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So they get to they're like, let's see what's at the end of this like spiral, almost like a follow the yellow brick road type thing.
Yeah.
And they get to the center of this spiral, and they find the time matrix is there, and it has blossomed this very demented patchwork universe around them. But
And
here's the source.
Time is
Um,
acting weird and they keep tripping because
Yeah.
Elfanger's hooves keep growing and Lauren's hair and fingernails and toenails are growing really fast. And so he
Oh,
whacks him with
yeah.
his tail, which
Mhm.
tells me that his tail blade does not
Yeah.
work like fingernails.
right. That's what I thought
Oh,
as well.
interesting.
It's like a knife or something. I guess like it's like inorganic.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be like a rhino horn or fingernails or something and just keep
Me too.
growing. And oh, my tail blade's dull. Well, that's it for you.
Grow out a new one.
You've got to be destroyed now.
Well, you can just morph and then demorph, and you're fine.
What about his fur?
Ah,
Why didn't his fur grow out?
I don't know. Why didn't his tail blade grow?
Is it supposed to?
why don't I have to trim my cat's fur, even though they never get haircuts? Why isn't their fur like
He just
5 feet
you
long?
think Elfangor just starts like shedding as they're
Well,
walking.
maybe. It's like this long trail. This is will never find us here.
Bruh. How did he know where we were? My guy.
Look at this crazy.
There's a blue carpet leading to you.
and it's just a cloud too, just because it's that same like floaty hair
It's floating around.
And I picture the whole thing is like windy too, so I'm sure there's just like
Oh, yeah.
clumps of hair,
Oh
just
yeah,
like
it's everywhere.
whacking them in the face. It's great.
But now this part I am kind of like they get away from Visitor 32 off and on here, but they get home. But how did Visitor 32 get out of this situation? He just did?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So no, like they end up fighting the Mortrons again.
Yeah,
And then-
larynx and larynx and
Yeah,
whatever.
Visitor 32 tries to
So
play.
yeah, she hits them with a baseball bat,
Yeah.
which does not cut them in half and make them multiply.
Right.
It just like makes them
Yeah,
see
like,
little tiny cartoon
them out.
birds.
Yep.
Well, and her fingernails grow out and grow through the Mortron's head.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
what I was getting. And I'm
forgot
like,
about
that's
that.
disgusting, but cool.
Yeah,
Great job, bro.
yeah.
Good for you.
Brutal. And Elfinger and Lauren like combined their talents to go back to Earth. They're like, let's just both think about this. I don't want to go back to the Andalite world after all.
Yeah, didn't he just give her
It's
total
Lauren
control?
who makes a difference.
It's like,
Yeah.
you take us to Earth.
Yeah, so they just book it home. But I just am wondering how Visitor
Basically.
32 gets out of that situation. I guess the universe stops existing, so then he goes back to where they were.
Well, hang on. They're in the asteroid field. So, like, if we outside of the time matrix, they're in the
Yeah.
asteroid field with the living asteroids and stuff like that. They just got smashed up and they're floating towards the black hole. But there were a bunch of Yeerk ships
There were.
that were in there and stuff like that that could have picked this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Is
okay.
my thought.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah. Why not? You know.
Yeah, so we're on Earth now. Lauren has aged.
Like 2-3 years, something like that.
She was 15 and now she's
Yeah, she has aged to the point where it's not weird that he's trying to start a relationship with her.
right, which it was weird because they made it weird. Like I didn't even think about that until they said
It's
it.
like, and Lauren aged, dear reader, to the exact age that it's not weird in your country.
yeah, and besides, like if Elfinger's the same age, who cares?
Yeah.
They're 15 and 15, like whatever, and then 10 years later they're 25. Great. I just didn't really see the need for that. It just like
But in space years, he's so much older or younger.
it just drew attention to a thing that it drew more attention than taking away, I thought. But
Yeah, it is awkward. It's an awkward way to shoehorn it in so that way they could kind of have this like, look, everything worked out perfectly for everybody ish.
But they time jump later anyways. They say like, oh, we got together and we stayed together for a long time. So like,
Yeah.
who cares if you were 18 when that started?
I don't think that's going to hold up in a court of law, Zach.
And why not just make her and Chapman not be 15-year-olds or 12-year-olds
Or that,
whatever they are?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you just the whole thing you're 18. But I thought about that though. Okay, let me think about that a bit.
Then it won't sell well with the kids.
Yeah, can you relate to the 11-year-olds now that are reading the story in the first place that are the Animorph target? I don't know. Like, does everyone have to be 12? No.
Let's see. How am I going to relate to the, warrior cast, blue horse deer looking guy who's traveled the universe as an
could.
11-year-old? I don't know.
I could
Good
relate to them, but they're 6 years older.
You
than
know,
me, so that's a
Right.
different universe.
That's-
I think an
the real
18-year-old
issue.
would want to hug a taxon, but I wouldn't. So can we make her?
Yeah.
Can we make her?
I
And they
younger.
couldn't
Understand
reach, even if they tried.
Yeah, so I don't know. Whatever it is, they're 15 at the time, or maybe Elfinger's older, or I think Andalites can live longer than humans in the first place, so maybe that's just scaled differently. Whatever. Lauren is 18, and now Earth is in a situation where they will accept that she's 18, no questions. I don't know how that like your
What a
Social
weird
Security
thing to
card
say.
or
Yeah,
your
exactly.
birth certificate or whatever.
Well, so she touches the time matrix and she gets to choose where she goes back to, and she's like, I just want to be done with high school.
How about forward?
Yeah, which is that really the main reason, just to be done with that?
Yeah. Less to worry about.
But we have a little funny lore drops. Like they get together, they stay together, they get married and whatever. He starts a job and he meets a Steve.
And a Bill.
and a Bill and
Bill Windows and Steve Apple.
and it was really hard to explain computer things to them, so we had to use like objects like Apple and like
Yeah,
a
all right.
window.
That was smarmy. I got it. That's pretty good. It was pretty
Yeah.
good. Could have been
Yeah.
worse.
And everything's good. Everything's going good. He basically just runs away from the war. He's like, everything sucked.
Yeah.
He turned himself into a human using that axe move.
Mhm.
Got himself stuck.
Now,
Yeah.
would this have been a great opportunity for
Okay.
him to say, I call this the Elfangor maneuver? And
Yeah, like I wanted to go back to a reality where that was called an Elfinger maneuver. Gosh, we get you being 18, but I can't
all
get this
the
little.
things. Yeah, of all the
this
things you
little
changed. You
terminology.
couldn't change this. You must
Yeah.
not really
you,
love
my
me.
son, were named after the Elfanger maneuver. Ugh, that's not what I meant.
So one day, and it's all good. Everything's done. Or is it? One day, Lauren's at the doctor because she wasn't feeling good. And Elfanger, or as he goes by,
Alan Fanger. Call him fangers, but I ain't never seen him fang. That's all I could think of the whole time.
I call him Winders, but you never see him win. Yours was better.
Yeah. Elfanger's sitting there, and the Elemist shows up. For the first time, he's actually seen an Elemist.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
knows he's in trouble. He got called by his real 3 full names. So he's like, oh, I must be in trouble now.
busted.
Elfanger's some this Shamtool, yeah.
Was he wearing like a zoot suit or something?
That's probably it.
And hammer pants. Yeah.
Yeah. And Elemist
Which
tells
seemed
him,
totally reasonable to Elfanger's fashion sense.
yeah, he has no idea.
Humans do this, right?
Elemist is like, yeah, man, you're not supposed to be here, so let's get you on back.
Yeah, I gotta say the Elamists, whenever they show up, is very much like, yes, time and stuff is really, really important, and only I know about it, so that's why you gotta do what I say. I'm like, how about you don't, bud? How about you piddle off to whatever dimension you're from, and I'm gonna do me, okay?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any context or anything to bounce off that idea. It's just like, I guess, okay.
Well, and if he can repair the timeline, why not just do it? Why are you yakking about it? Why are you coming down to me and, are you
gotta
sure
let
that
him
you want to do it?
decide, 'cause
Why?
he'll fight it. Also, I don't really know,
yeah.
like, why did he decide it? Just because, like you said.
Well, he basically just comes in and psychologically tortures Elfangor, and he's like, hey, guess what? It's going to go bad either way, so try this way, where you can be a war hero and stuff, and then we get
he
all
says
the
yes.
details. Yeah.
And once
He
he says
says
yes, he's like,
yes.
oh, and also your wife is pregnant with your son.
But you already agreed.
Let's go.
No takesies backsies.
Yeah, you already agreed. It's time to go. Yeah, so now Elfanger is back in the military as an Andalite. Presumably Lauren is just memory messed with. We don't really know. We just know that she was pregnant. I think they said that, she meets somebody.
Oh, yeah, because he's the father, but
Elfanger is the
they're
father,
like, oh, he's going to have to be raised by humans.
Oh, yeah. Elamist says, I can see all these threads of time and how they connect to each other. The Lauren's
Yep.
child will eventually meet up with 5 other humans that will meet up with you. Oh, you and your brother and
your brother.
Okay. Yeah. And so, do they actually say who the baby is, or do I just know that?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite. It does in this book, but just not quite.
Well, and I was guessing too, because I was like, oh, okay. So because the way he said it was like, oh yeah, there's going to be this child's going to meet up with your brother, and then there's going to be 4 things of light that come out of that. And so I was like, oh, okay. So it's going to be like Axe, and then this kid's going to, they're going to get married and have a baby. And I'm like, hang on, no, wait, this isn't working, because that would technically be Elfangor's kid and then his brother. And I'm like, no, that can't be it. I must be misunderstanding this. And then they explain it later, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Because I was like, oof, this is iffy if so. Big
And
if true.
Elfanger's
Probably.
zapped into the middle of this fight. Visitor 32 is there. I think he's now Visitor 3. Right? Because this has been, I want to stress, like from time matrixing out of the weird place to now, it's like years have gone by. This book suddenly like takes like 10 pages to go like 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 10 years, but it's a while. Yeah, and he's like, hey, Visitor 3, it's me, your buddy, Elfhanger. And Visitor 3 is like, oh gosh, this freaking guy again.
Love it.
And he's like, hey, I'm gonna ram your ship. And the way he says it is just like, no other Andalite would do that. And Visitor 3 is like, gosh,
better ram your ship.
I know he will. I know he'll do that. I know he'll do that. So he has to get out because he knows that Elfhanger like doesn't care.
Well, because he's like, I'm going to maximum burn in 10 seconds. He's like, okay, I'm giving up and stuff like that. And he's like, you're a real jerk. How dare you do this to me? And then Elfhanger's like,
still counting.
Hey, bro, watch this. And he does it anyways.
Yeah.
Cuts the bridge off from the ship and just barely do they manage to grab their stuff and skedaddle.
And he's now an Andalite prince, and the legend is born. But really, all the legend, is this book sold as I don't know. You don't really see much of the legend because now it's just kind of like, and then my battles with Visitor 3 started for years.
Yeah.
Really, it's like a bunch of weird accidental stuff happens for like 2 weeks. And then his career is just like in a page.
Yeah.
But then also the stuff that happened before that final space battle was undone by the Alamist. It's just in Elfhanger's mind. Well, also the baby.
In my mind, I feel like nothing is different other than people think Lauren is 3 years older than she was. She has some sort of memory thing about who the dad is or who she's with or something.
The Alamist redid her driver's license so she could buy beer
Get a fake
and
ID.
rent cars earlier.
Yeah.
That's all the Alamist can do.
That's it. I think Elfhanger didn't exist for a while as an Andalite. Visitor 3 was doing stuff this whole time. So Alaran's been a slave to this Yeerk for years now. And then if you realize in the terms of the Animorphs, it's like 20 years from when he got enslaved, like 20 years of being a controller.
Yeah.
So I don't think much changed, is my interpretation. I don't think really anything changed. It's not even like people thought that Elfhanger was there the whole time. He was not there. He was missing because they were like, where did you come from?
Wasn't that the whole idea is that basically like the Alamist is talking about, oh, this is a great game and we have to kind of compete against somebody else and all that business. And so the Alamist is like, there's certain threads that will kind of, oh no, we didn't change those back to what they were supposed to be. But the rest of these threads, we kind of got to, realign them. And so it seemed like the Alamist was kind of picking and choosing what snapped back and
To
what,
reality.
exactly. Oh, there went gravity.
Yeah.
And what, gets fundamentally changed by what Elfangor did.
Yeah.
And I assume that it's the Alamist versus, Mr. Big Eye from somebody seeing him in some sort of vision, one of the earlier books. But I guess I'll find out. So keep
Okay.
reading.
All right. That's a good hypothesis.
Yeah.
And really, it is just a very rapid conclusion, right? Yeah, I had lots of space battles.
You don't want to hear
Me
about
and Visitor
space
3 Mortal
battles.
Enemies.
Those are lame.
Yeah, you read this whole book, but I don't want to bore you with that. You know what? I just got shot out of the sky. I need to, you know what? I left that time matrix on Earth. I know where it is. That's why he was going to the construction site in book 1 was to look for this thing. Now it's not a woods anymore or whatever it was. Now it's a construction site. I'm dying anyway. Can't
Too
morph.
proud to morph.
Yeah, and then I met I suddenly saw my son. There he is.
Yeah.
It's Tobias.
Oh my God.
I whispered. It was Tobias.
Yeah, I kept going through it and I'm like, who could it possibly be? Would it be Cassie, who has an, artistic ideal for this? Possibly, but he doesn't seem like he's super proficient with morphing. Could it be Rachel? No, he's not nearly violent enough. Could it be Marco? He doesn't crack wise particularly well. Could it be Jake? Well, he actually has real leadership skills and a brain in his head. Could be Tobias.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of a reason why not.
Which also makes sense with the shuffling between families thing, right? Like,
right.
You just that weird fuzzy, like, where did this kid come from kind of thing.
The ending just made me really sad for Lauren. I was like, oh, it seemed like she had a real bad time afterwards and she just vanished. I'm like, okay.
And then Visitor 3 comes down and eats him. And he's like, I am a hero, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But
Get
other
eaten,
people have a
nerd.
chance to be a hero. Yeah. I mean, what was his last line?
Hope.
Yeah, hope. That's right. Hope.
Yeah.
Hope. I leave as my last legacy a single word for all the free peoples of the galaxy. Hope. Yeah.
Freeples.
I did have a theory that the reason that the book accelerates so quickly at the end is because of all the awkward stuff he would actually do as a human. He just was like, you don't want to hear about how I acted around taste or whatever. Like, it was fine. Because you could think like, what if Axe freaks out so much? Why doesn't Elfhanger? But
It's true.
unreliable narrator probably did. He's just like, I'm embarrassed from like 2 straight years of freaking out about chocolate or whatever.
The globules.
And my other theory that this one I read, I don't want to take full credit on this one, is I saw a theory that the reason Chapman is so different in the other, in like Assistant Principal Chapman is so different than this kid that was in this book, is because the kid that was in the book actually died in the black hole, was never rescued, right? They just let him float around. They time matrixed out of there. Chapman just died somewhere. And sure, Visitor 3 came back and did his thing, but Chapman was just left for dead. So Chapman died, and he had a twin brother. We never actually learn the Assistant Principal Chapman's first name. We only hear Chapman's first name in this story for this 15-year-old. So they both share the last name Chapman. It's a different Chapman, totally different personality. This is why Lauren actually sees him later. He has no idea who she is, not because his memory got wiped, just because he's like, I literally have never met you in my life. Different person. And the jerk Chapman is dead, long dead, and it's an entirely different Chapman in the Animorphs story. That was a good conspiracy theory that I found. I was like, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one.
Entirely different Chapman who still acts like a jerk to a lot of people, even in ways that aren't just being a Yeerk, and only seems to care about his daughter, aka his personal blood.
Yes.
It definitely makes sense as a different person instead of just the same person being a jerk.
You see the connection between Chapmans a lot better than I think. I think one of the main drawbacks that people have with this book is that the Chapman character feels very forced. I think you see that character connected a lot more than most people do. Conversely, I think you can avoid the entire thing by just not having it be Chapman. Just have it be like a random person. It doesn't matter. Lauren's the important one. You know what I mean?
But then you'd have to address the idea of like, oh, they died or they didn't die. Like,
I
somebody
guess.
who's self-interested as like, oh yeah, well I just want to be on the right side of history because that'll lead to better outcome for me. That makes 100% sense for Chapman, but yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah. Anyways, thought I'd share it.
At Ellen Mist Buffet, we know you have too many choices for fast food. That's why we offer an array of meal deals to whet any appetites. Thousands of satisfied repeat customers using our fresh and never frozen meats. Your taste buds can always be tantalized by our ever-rotating flavors, which vary from taxon to taxon. And when you're done, come savor our dessert buffet featuring our array of non-red blood puddings. Our seasonal menu's back, so don't miss our mountain flavor sampler featuring the distinctive tastes of the Taxon homeworld. Feel free to take advantage of our Bring a Family, Take a Family meal deal. Come in this week and use coupon code SLAUGHTER for a buy one, get one deal. Now that's a meal deal that won't cost you an arm and a leg to feed the whole hive. Ellen Mists. Great deals are never in bad taste.
What do you guys think of this book? I'll go first. 6 out of 10. The ending is a little unsatisfying because it just accelerates so quickly, and there's a lot of just, I don't know, I'm going to do this because, and time and hand waving things, and like I'm not fully sold on like what the situation is with Lauren or anything like that. I mean, maybe they change that in the future and they explain more, but as a conclusion to this story, it's not super fulfilling. And there's a lot of just like time passed. You don't care about all the details of my life that you're reading about right now. That just seemed kind of weird to go so quickly. Like, include the details or don't. I didn't need to spend a whole chapter at McDonald's if I was going to lose like Space Battles Visitor 3 later. You know what I mean?
Why not?
Anyways, so yeah, 5 out of 10. But overall, let me say overall though. Like, I think overall, if you take all three story combined, it's really good stuff. It really succeeds in doing a lot of new stuff. You know, to like rehash some of the same stuff. I mean, even down to like I didn't have to have a recap at the beginning of the book. It just drops you into this world. I mean, you know about it. Also, you don't have to know about, like, I'm Jake and I can't tell you my last name because whatever, because that's not him. But yeah, it just felt like a fresh standalone sci-fi story that people could have a lot of fun with. So I'm going to overall give it an 8 out of 10 eye stalks being grazed by hive tunnels, dirt tunnel things that got scraped earlier in the book at some point.
Yeah, he said he had to tuck those down.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the third book. Aside from the convertible part in the second book, I want to say the third book's probably my favorite out of these three, because I like the enemies become friends, friends become enemies thing. At the beginning, they didn't really become friends. They just worked together to, and then even then it was a double cross situation, trying to get the time matrix to save them. And then their weird world that they found themselves on with all the different worlds in the world. I thought that was a really cool thing. And then, yeah, the part at the end kind of, I don't know. It's let me try to be clever and wrap everything up. Like, oh, I didn't realize I already hit my page count.
It felt like that to me.
Yeah. And
Maybe it was.
maybe,
Can't falter.
maybe they were trying to be fancy, like, hey, in the crazy world, the time accelerated quickly as we got closer to the center. And then the book seems to also accelerate as they get closer to the end.
Aha. I love it now.
You changed my score. Yeah, so I think I like this one the best, even though my scores are, I forget what my scores were, but I'm going to give this one an 8. And then overall, this was big and expansive. Talked about a lot of stuff.
So much.
Yeah, I want to give the whole thing an 8 too. I liked it. I liked it a whole bunch.
Okay.
Yeah, some parts I was like, this isn't for me. But overall, yeah, good.
Okay.
Alex the newbie, what do you got?
Oh, let's
Makes
see.
me want to stick my feet in Dr. Pepper.
Oh, man, always. I really like this ending. I thought that the relationship between Elfangor and Lauren felt very friendly. I'm not sure I'm in love with the idea of like, oh yeah, and then they got married because of that. I'm like, okay, that's fine, I guess. And then your kid and all that. Sure, great setup. I'm happy for you that you set all of it up. But I felt like the way they talked to each other was really nice, and I like the idea of them being kind of on equal footing rather than having it be like, well, the humans are stupid compared to the Andalites, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But last part didn't have Alaran, who, I much prefer Mr., commit genocide first and ask questions later. I really feel like he brought a lot of useful perspective. I did like Alaran.
Like,
I really did.
Like even like non-Yeerk Alaran. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, much more, because I think like once he becomes, Visser, whatever number he ends up being.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, now he's Visser 3, and well, look, he has the viciousness that Alaran does. He? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of interesting conversations that go on here. I think there's a lot of interesting lore building that goes on. But yeah, ultimately it is a little long in the tooth in certain parts, and in other parts where they can clearly tell, like, oh, I know you're interested in this, especially some of the stuff with the great game or the dark game or whatever it is with the elements and things. It's like, nope,
right.
Tune in next time, I guess. So,
Yeah.
So I'd say probably, 3 years later out of 5 for this last section. 6 out of 10. But overall, I think I would give this book, if I'm being generous and seeing what it does all together, because it does do a good job of like slotting together and kind of amplifying each part by the existence of the other ones, I would give this a sub-Visser 7 out of 10.
Ooh.
I think it's pretty good, but I think overall I don't know. It was like a good rough draft, and I think with a little bit more polish, this would have blown things out of the water. But it lacked a lot of that.
And it's the first stab at a Chronicles book. We got 3 Chronicles
Fair.
books after this, right?
Fair.
So maybe we'll see. Maybe it's like an idea of like, what can I do with this? Whoa, what can I do with this, right? And then go from there on future ones.
Curious now about the Animorphs Chronicles, because seeing the way that this went, kind of being a left turn, I'm like, I don't know. Who knows what the Animorphs Chronicles could be? So,
Yeah, it's far away. It's very far away. It's like near the end of the series. So, but there's other ones before
worse.
that. Yeah.
Alrighty, fair enough.
Okay, I do want to transition to reading a listener email. I do have a listener email.
Hey.
Is this one of the sales ones that we got? I can help promote your podcast if you give me money.
No, it's not that.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hey, party people. Long-time listener, first-time writer, big fan of the pod. I just listened to your 96 video game draft episode. Made me stop and realize that, wow, I really didn't play a lot of new games in 96. One game that no one chose for the draft, though, was Duke Nukem 3D. And I think that was my most played. I don't think my parents knew about some of the more risque art within the game. Probably wouldn't have been allowed to see 32-bit strippers and burlesque scenes, but what mama doesn't know won't hurt her, am I right? Albeit a knockoff of Wolfenstein, which is where I started my PC gameplay, I always enjoyed playing games with seemingly endless maps of doors and hallways. Not to mention 13-year-old me walking around quoting, "Come get some," thinking he was a little badass. But instead of this, turns out I was super niche and really dorky. Anyway, that's my take on gaming in 96. Stay cool, kids. This is from Dustin.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Thank you, Dustin.
I don't Duke Nukem 3D. I think that was one of those that I didn't have a game like that at my house. It was like the rare occasion of go to a cousin's or go to a friend's house or whatever. You know, the one that's like, oh, they have a Sega, I only have a Nintendo, that kind of thing.
I don't think I had
didn't do a
any
lot of
computer
shooters.
that was powerful enough to play Duke Nukem 3D, which is a silly thing to say, but like 3D graphics used to be more intensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't do a lot of shooters. I think the things I did more was like Mario's and Zelda's and Sonic's and things like that at the time. But you know, I always dive headfirst into like some GTA or something like that. Pretty quick, you could do that.
Fair. And Duke Nukem, everybody knows that that property and IP, they just kept running with it. And that's why it's still around today as the most beloved game of all time. Nah. It's funny to look back and see some of that stuff. It's funny to look back and think like,
Yeah.
some of these lasted better than others. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody still talks about GoldenEye and, you know, a relatively glowing response,
100%.
but yeah.
Well, all right, cool. Well, hey, I also want to mention that I want people to email more. I mean, I'm happy with emailing. Just any listeners want to email, I'm happy to read them. Just email me more stuff. That sounds great. So if you have anything, any thoughts, show related or otherwise, bring it in. We'll share it possibly on the show.
Love to hear thoughts. Love it.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. See you later. Goodbye.
Have a good one. Don't let them get you.
Because they will.
Don't let them do that.
Animorphs 55, the podcast, is a fan-driven, nostalgic podcast created by Zach Hurdle, Patrick Viersba, and Alex Holton. But don't tell the Yeerks. Theme music provided by Neko Boy. Podcast artwork by Rachel Hurdle. Episodes edited by Patrick Viersba. Based on the 90s sci-fi kids series written by K.A. Applegate, Michael Grant, and other contributing authors. To contact the show, email animorphspodpeople@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
And opinions expressed by our guests do not necessarily reflect the views of the Animorphs 55 the podcast crew.